the first 10, 12 minutes, give you a little overview about this opportunity. And I'll pass it on to Sonia. She will then take it a little more elaborate on the opportunity and give you understanding about our group, also understanding about the businesses we run and how this whole business model works. And then Sanjay would lead the last part back again on a full detailed presentation on how this whole program works. So friends, this is a consulting opportunity. I'm sure you all are looking for some kind of a new career or a new opportunity for yourself. And let me explain. Consulting opportunities are very different, right? And a lot of people actually come to Franchise India because they're seeking a new business or a new franchise. But I feel that there is a very different DNA which is required when you are looking for a consulting opportunity. So I would like to start with a little introduction first, because we need to understand who we are talking to, and where have you joined from, and what brings you on this webinar. So I'll ask you 4 questions. Four options I will give you, that you have to choose one option which suits you and represents you, and put it on a Q&A box, so at least we know who are we talking to. So first is, if you are a professional, you're doing some kind of job and you applied for becoming a independent franchise consultant, just write P on the Q&A box and your city. If you're a business owner, write B and your city on that thing, which means that you're running your own business. And if you want to even mention what kind of business you do, because I want to see some synergies, why doing that business would fit into becoming an independent franchise consultant. And if you are somebody who's a management consultant already, you're some kind of consulting experience you have, you are a consultant, you are a business coach, you are a trainer, you are any kind of a counseling experience, some kind of consulting experience you have, then you can write MC, management consultant. And if you are in a career change, which means that now you're looking for a new career, then just write C. So we understand now whatever you've done or you finished with that and you want to start a new career. And it's very important for us to know which city you're coming from, because as I said, we already have so many independent franchise consultants. So we're very choosy which cities we want to go. Rather, we have some opportunities where we're very, very aggressively looking at a person because we get a lot of inquiries from that city, but we don't have somebody representing us in that market. So let me see who's already written. So everybody should write. This is one of the qualities I always see. If you cannot engage, you cannot be a good consultant. Consultant need to know how to engage in any platform. So Chetan is from Bangalore. He's a business owner. Chetan, I would love to understand what business you're doing. And Sajid operates out of Bangalore, while he looks after the region, which is Andhra, Telangana, and Karnataka. Then we have Shiv Shankar, who's a business owner, again from Hyderabad, very keen on Hyderabad, very good market for us. Then we have Rajkumar, again from Bangalore. Then we have somebody called PR, I don't know, it's short form of this, a professional from Hyderabad. And then we have Raman, who comes as a management consultant from Gurgaon. So good to connect with you, Raman. And so why I always ask this, because management consultants would know what we're talking about and they get it. Because when I will explain you how different the regular businesses to consulting business are, then you will correlate quite a bit of that. Then we have Mr. Bora, who's a management consultant also, but I run multiple businesses, serial entrepreneur. And my difficulty with serial entrepreneurs is that they're so busy, they don't have time. And after this introduction, when I'll explain you why I asked this question, which is a very critical point. And it's also very critical for all of you, because you will be able to self-assess yourself. Would you really like to become a consultant? That's very important, because while you'll gain out of this webinar, because when you understand about franchising, the whole opportunity, you'll gain something. But only choose to become an independent franchise consultant if you genuinely believe you can do it, because then it will be worth it for you and worth it for us. Then we have Vivek Kavra, who's a management consultant. Welcome, Vivek, if you also want to share your city. Then we have Madhu Babu, who's looking for a career change. Then we have Gurprasad. Welcome, Gurprasad from Coimbatore. Actually, I'm coming to Coimbatore, and he is also in Bangalore. So Saktivel and I'm traveling to Coimbatore to meet a client. That's what we do for a living. I do about 20 meetings every day, just sit across clients and meet them and know their need, understand how we can help them. And then we have Vivek Kavra is from Chennai. Welcome, Vivek. Vivek, Chennai is led by Saktivel, who's our leader for entire Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Very senior guy and very experienced in franchising. And he's worked with the companies in franchising and leading a large team, and also our IFC channel in the entire Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So it will not be bad if you meet him if you are further interested on that. Then we have Naveen, who's a business owner, and he's from Uttarakhand. Uh, then we have Vartharajan, who's come from, he's looking for further career opportunities. Great to have you. Then we have Prabhakan, who's from Chennai. Then we have Dr. Shanti, who's also Chennai. And then we have Prakash, who's a consultant from Mumbai. Prakash, I'm in Bombay tomorrow. So if we feel there's a value for us to meet, then obviously we'll set it up. Then we have Ravi Chandran, who's from Bangalore, and then we have somebody whose name doesn't coming in, but there's Vartharajan, who's from Bangalore, and Prakash is he's saying he's not from, I don't know which city he said. So friends, thank you very much. It's a good introduction, and people who've not done that, because I see on the group there are a lot of people joined in, and about I think 20-25 have told about their introduction. Others also I will encourage as we go along in the webinar. Please put your introduction. It helps us to know where you're coming from. And so friends, I will start with a little bit of where I started from and how this really company was born, and what is this company doing. So I was also running a small business up north in a place called Chandigarh. And when you are young and you are successful, you're always looking for newer opportunities. And I was hungry for finding opportunities, what other businesses I can do. And this I'm talking about mid 90s. I started my career in 95, and I was looking for opportunities. And all the time I used to feel that it's so frustrating in those days in India that even if you have money and you are hungry for doing business, how do you find the right opportunity for yourself? Right. And this was so difficult that people would end up doing same business which your family has done or your friends look like doing. So you just copy them, and because you are not able to discover right opportunity, what is right for you. And I used to feel that there are so many people out there. If I want to buy a property, there are a million brokers who want to sell me property. While property is straightforward, it's not that complex. And if I want to buy a financial product, then there's so many people out there who want to sell me that. But if I want to buy a business, I want to start a business, there was nobody. And this used to put a lot of pain to me, because I was struggling to find what businesses I can do and how can I reach these companies. And then I moved to US in late 90s, and I found that how US economy was so very interesting, and it was encouraging entrepreneurship. It was encouraging people who can choose any business. Banks would fund you, consultants were there, a lot of other media was there which you can read, you can discover what is the right opportunity. Even if you want to buy a running business, you want to buy a gas station, you want to buy a McDonald's, you want to buy a 7-Eleven, you can buy anything, and there's so many people to help you. And this was so mature. And that is why, if you see in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, American economy boomed because they were able to help entrepreneurs start new businesses. And our startup scene was very, very bad. It was very bad. There were only large companies, or people were only aspiration to do job in these companies. Rather, parents were raising kids never to be really become entrepreneurs. They were raised to do jobs for others, which is very surprising, because the best thing you can do to your children is to make them entrepreneurs so they can create further jobs. And here in India, we were raised to do job. So it was security which people wanted, and so on and so forth. And that's how almost everybody was raised. And I thought that this is a real problem. This is a real problem, and I want to fix this problem. So I returned back to India in 1999. I started a company called Franchise India. The only reason Franchise India was born, that I wanted to help entrepreneurs, who can start their own business, make, their own enterprises, and then develop the economy. So that purpose has not changed since then. From 27 years, the purpose is still there. Rather, we have gone a step further as a vision now, that we want to democratize entrepreneurship, which means every person has a right to become an entrepreneur. So this is a starting point. This is a mission, vision of our organization. And now we are very proud, the world's largest franchise company. In India, we are known as Franchise India. Internationally, it's known as Fran Global. And in US, we have Francorp. Between these three organizations, we are 1,200 people company, world's largest franchise enterprise. But at heart, what we do is build entrepreneurs. That's the only thing we do. There's nothing else we do. So we help people who are seeking to start new business. They come to us and we help them choose the entire thing. Rather, today we are a platform to do three things. Only three things. First, if anybody is looking to start a business or invest into a business, it can be a new business, it can be running business, it can be even investing into a startup. They can come to us. That's the first part. The second part is if you have a business and you want to scale that business, which means that you are a jewelry store owner and you've done well, and now you want to become Kalyan and you want to become Tanish. You want to grow your business. And that also we help you. We've done about 18,000 brands. And this is not limited to startups. This is to mid-sized companies, large corporations. On one side, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, 3M. These are all our clients. In Indian side, Tata's, Reliance, Mahindras, they all are clients. And a lot of mid-size and startup companies. Rather, I'm more proud that a lot of names which people take outside today were one time 1, 2, 3 location companies where we started working with them and they become the largest company. I'll give you an example. There was a small flower shop I started working with. It was called Ferns and Petals. It's today the world's largest flower retailer in the world. So we are very proud we were part of that, right? Similarly, many businesses which were family run, small businesses, we took them and made them scalable. The third thing we also do is help people exit the business, which means that if you're running a business and you have been doing this for entire thing, like I got delayed to come to this webinar, and I was sitting with somebody who's running this business for 30 years, and it was a distribution business, good business, very well done, but now his son is not there, who doesn't want to be part of it. He's moved overseas, and at a certain age, you cannot continue, and you're looking to exit the business. So we value the business and we put it in the market and sell that business. So friends, these three things make so much of logic. Ask yourself, how many people out there are there who are looking to start your own business? Every home has somebody who wants to start the business. And this proves also all of you who's joined in, the only purpose you joined in because you're looking for a new entrepreneurial career opportunity. And every day, Franchise India does many webinars like these. Thousands of thousands of people join every single day who are looking and seeking a right opportunity for themselves. Sometimes a father is seeking for a son. Sometimes a husband and wife are coming and they're seeking another opportunity. Sometimes somebody who's lost a job who's coming to me and say, look, I want to now start my own entrepreneurial journey. Sometimes it's where you get an industrialist who's large business, but he wants to diversify. He wants to look at something else to start. So people can be in different streams, but they're all looking for a new business opportunity. And India is on a boom time. 90,000 businesses were registered in 5 years back. Today, the number has gone to 3.5 lakh businesses, almost 4 times. Almost 4 times India in 5 years have moved just by new company setups. So which means this whole structure of people looking for starting a business is growing so much. And it is because of a couple of reasons. One reason is entrepreneurship is in everybody's mind. And our honorable prime minister has done a great job to boost this whole startup mindset. Everybody wants to be running his own business. Everybody wants to be their own boss. That's one. Second, we have more liquidity. People have more money that they can invest and start their businesses. Even professionals are getting very good salaries. After a few years of their work, they accumulate new money and they want to start a business. And then funding. Funding is also available. So this all is encouraging a phenomenal, growth in people who are interested in that thing. Rather, I say the supply side is lesser than the demand side. Demand side of people looking to start a business is very, very high. We just concluded a show in Bombay. 40,000 people came and paid to enter inside. I have never seen a show like that. It's not a Brand Adams show. It is not something that thing. It's a business show where people would pay. 40,000 people would travel from different parts, pay to come to our show. And they would attend the show. They would not move out of the entire thing. They would miss their lunches. They would go from booth to booth and pick up things and know about business opportunities. So this is one thing which is very, very thing. Second part, Scalability of businesses, because so many businesses have been built and every business wants to scale. And scalability in this country is so complex because there are different languages, different states, the country is very large, different buying behaviors. You need to have a franchise. That's why even Tatas, who have greatest balance sheet, look at Zodio, 560 franchisees in just 4 years. It's remarkable. Where in the world you can do this? 560 franchise of Zodios. Everybody knows Zodio. 4 years back, nobody heard Zodio. This can only happen because of franchising. And even look at even classic company. Look at Amul, which is a household name. Everybody knows it. How Amul has been built. Amul is built on a franchise network because they run 17,000 franchises across India. Right? So franchising brings a phenomenal amount of distribution. So that's why every industry, every company, it might be small or large, would need to work at franchising. So today, ask yourself, whatever you're consuming is coming from a franchise. Anything you consume, FMCG, dairy, comes from a franchise. Some people are from Bangalore. The biggest franchise network in Bangalore is Nandini, which is a cooperative dairy. So they make small booths and they all franchise. Right? Go to anything else. Go to fashion. Almost every brand you wear comes from a franchise. Go to home. Any home brand, furniture, this and that. Even the biggest mattress company called Sleepwell, which runs 4,000 centers now, is franchised. From FMCG to automobile, everything in between is this. Then look at healthcare. Apollo is a franchise, right? Pharmacies are franchise. Your diagnostic centers, Dr. Lal and Metropolis, and all are franchise, right? So franchising is touching you everywhere. When you order everyday quick commerce, everybody's getting a lot of these quick commerce things which are coming to your home from a Zepto or a Blinkit. Where it is coming from? The Blinkit, or Zaptos is a franchise, and the person who's delivering, the delivery company, is also franchised. So we might not look at what is happening around us, how franchising is touching us. Look at this company called Lenskart. We were the first one to start their business in India. We are pioneers and we are market leaders by far. 90% of franchising in this country, fortunately, and God has been kind, has been done by Franchise India. So all these businesses are franchised. So this demand is not reducing. This would go 10x because more and more businesses will be built, and these businesses, to scale themselves, would use franchising. And this is how this industry globally has become $5 trillion, friends. And if you don't understand these numbers, I can give you a simple example. Indian economy is 3.7 trillion, and we are the fifth economy in the world. If you look at the franchise industry, if as this was a country, it would be bigger than India. So it's that opportunity, right? And India has already become the second largest marketplace for franchising. The third part, which is also very exciting, and nobody is doing that. Imagine you running a business, and a lot of people are in this group are running business. I ask you a question. You want to exit this business. You want to sell your business. Where would you go? Ask yourself. You're running this business. You're putting all your time into this business. And tomorrow you decide, I want to shift to Dubai. I want to go to Canada. I want to be easy. I want to retire. I want to do something else in life. Can you do this? You are in the biggest trap of your life. People in job can leave the job in 1 day's notice. But if you're running a business, can you exit your business? You can shut down the business, which you don't want to do it. But if you want to exit the business, how would you do it? So we have the only company in this country which helps you to even exit the business. We value your business and find you the right buyer. Now ask these three unique solutions and ask yourself how much opportunity this country offers. And that is why we are inviting independent franchise consultant to work with the world's most experienced team. We are 1,200 people full-time doing this for 27 years. And we have done this in many, many markets, not only India, GCC, Southeast Asia, Europe, US, and North America. All these markets, we have done a lot of work. So friends, this is a very exciting opportunity. But where I started from, I'll give you these three simple things which you need to ask yourself. First, understand consulting versus conventional businesses. Conventional businesses are return on investment businesses. You put the capital and capital works for you. For example, you were a Unilever distributor. You carry 3 crore stock. You rotate that stock every month and you make 36 crores and you have 5% margin or 3% margin, whatever that is. That's your money. So which means you're sweating out the money to make you money, right? Consulting is not at all about that. I work on two other ROIs. The first ROI is not important in Ask. The other two ROI are return on involvement and return on intelligence, which was our great Harshad Mehta also, or even Rakesh Junjunwala. They were intelligent guys. I don't say by what Harshad did or what Rakesh ji did. Rakesh ji was very ethical and uh, but they were intelligent. They were people who never came from capital. They came from intelligence of investing. They knew when to invest, when to invest. And they became the largest investors. Look at this Mr. Damani, who runs DMart. He's not built on capital. He's built on his intelligence, which he did in his investing times. So return on intelligence is very, very important for a consultant. How intelligent you are, how aware you are, how constantly you work on your learning. Second is return on involvement. There is somebody asked me, where is your favorite place to holiday? I say, I don't do it. 365 days, I don't do holiday. And I'm proud of it, right? Rather, I don't like anybody doing holiday. If somebody tells me that I want to go on holiday, I don't like it because I feel that there has to be a large purpose of life, what you want to do. And your purpose runs constantly with you, right? And Saktivel is laughing because I don't let him also do it. And he also doesn't do it. So that's a business model. So business model is return on intelligence and return on involvement. This is something which is very, very important aspect for us. So second part is, do you have enough capability in yourself and the time and the inclination of becoming a consultant? It grows slowly on you. I have a young guy who's working with me in Pune, and I'm training him on business resale. And I told him today, you have to give your 6 months because every day would go into a lot of learning. While profit by cash flow, if you become an independent franchise consultant, you start making cash flows from the first month. But to build this business and business comes in your control, it'll take 5, 6 months. Are you committed mentally, by family, by your time, by your resources, by everything else that you can concentrate and put your daily concentration to build this business up? So that's the second point. And third, is it a long-term goal for you? But if it is a short-term goal that you want to really try it out and do that, don't do it. But if it is something which you believe strongly inside, that you want to help people build their enterprises, you want to help people grow their enterprises, then this is very important for you. If it not come from you, if you don't enjoy it, even if I see my teams which work for me, some people get it, some don't get it. Why? Because some are inclined to help others, right? They have in them, right? So if you have these three things and you still have yes, 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 then talk to our teams and they will really talk to you, understand where you're coming from, and then organize a meeting with me. And if we feel that there is a meeting of mind and we feel that we can do something together, then certainly we'll take the discussion out. So friends, I will take the leave and I will pass it on to Sonia. Sonia comes with the 2 decades experience in broking. So she will talk about how business broking works, how this whole structure works. She will also take you a little more. I've just given you broader understanding about Franchise India's, our capabilities and so on and so forth. But more importantly, the whole IFC model, how the IFC model works, what it needs to be done. She will also talk about the sport which we're going to provide you, because how you're going to run this business. You might look like, oh, this is exciting, but what kind of sport you would require to do that? All that piece, I leave it on her to do it. And then she will pass it on to Sanjay Bhatt, who will run a full presentation. So I thank you for very much for your joining in. Thank you for your patience. Let me see if any questions or anything which I have. Is there any question you see? Sanjay, there is okay. Please tell me the steps of entering a consultant opportunity. Absolutely. We'll talk about Ranjit on that. And okay. Sivika Bhatia is also on question, but I think we stick relevance to this. She's talking about some smart cities. I think we stay relevant to becoming a franchise consultant. And that's something which we are deeply focused and deeply inclined on that. So thank you very much. Over to you, Sanjay, for taking the discussion ahead.
Yeah, so we
So
want to
sorry,
invite
Sonia, to take the decision. Yes, Sonia, over to you.
It's a very good evening to all of you, and thank you for being with us. And like what we talked, and like a lot of other businesses, we are in the knowledge business, which requires everyday learning to be able to advise business buyers. And we need partners who come with the mindset of growth and also believe in the same purpose as we do, which is democratization of entrepreneurship. And our business is that of advisory, which means a last mile experience with our client, be it a investor who's looking to invest in business or a company who's looking our services to expand their footprint across India or global markets. And we're not a product company, but a service company and a solution company where we bring in solutions to our community of investors and brands. And also, as you see and what you have heard in the last 40 odd minutes, the role of consultants is getting evolved. The new world is knowledge driven, the knowledge economy, and advisor is seen to be someone who will bring credible advice and a lot of hyper local market knowledge, which is very, very critical and crucial in our kind of business. So we need partners who can stay on top of the industry. You need to acquire both, which is important, new information and expertise in order to stay competitive in the business. So I'll talk a little bit on the model. We've talked about Franchise India, and as you have heard, we have the entire leadership team across all branches and across India. Partners form a very important and a very strategic part of the overall business model of Franchise India and Fran Global, and also takes a lot of our mind share, our time share. And today we have an ecosystem which is spread across the country and also overseas market. Recently, in fact, 3 months back, we had a new partner who became IFC partner with us for the Sri Lankan market. And a week back, we announced two market entries for Sri Lanka. So we got in two international brands. Which was Barcelos. It's a South African company. It entered South Africa through our IFC partner in Sri Lanka. Another company which is Burger Tour, an Australian gourmet burger brand. These two market entries were just done in about a week back's time, and the partner was onboarded just about 3 months back. Came to India, took the training that we did in New Delhi, and he started working on the investors in the market, and all the leads were shared by us. He started also working on the local companies who wanted to enter different markets and maybe also wanted to expand in Sri Lanka. So our ecosystem is beyond India. We operate in about 14 countries. And if you look at franchising, it is a very powerful wealth creation entrepreneurial engine for more than 100 years. And this is the engine that we want to enforce through our IFC program or a partner program. And franchising for centuries and historically has been a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship and also the most democratic way of wealth creation. And whatever you've heard so far, you can all realize that the core driver of our business, the foundation of our business has been entrepreneurship. We love working with people who want to take up businesses, advise them on different business opportunities. And more important, I would say, we also and that's sort of validated learning that we have over the last 27 years, which we bring on the table to help them take that informed decision of buying a business. So a very big question comes, when we talk about the capabilities that we have at the group level, our distribution across the country, why would we need somebody more to come and, work with us as partner? And like Sanjay also said, today, if you look at the opportunity and in franchising alone, more and more people are buying businesses than they were buying 27 years back when we started. More and more companies are getting into franchising than they were 27 years back. And on an average, Franchise India and FranCorp, which is a consulting arm of Franchise India, we onboard almost about 700 companies every year who get into franchising for the very first time. Every single day, we launch one new opportunity from India and international markets for all our investor community. And this is not going to stop today, because if you look at the companies, in order to stay competitive, companies are looking at a lot of innovation. And most importantly, all these companies are now considering entrepreneurial operating model, which can only be possible through franchising. So even companies like Reliance, we work with all their formats, all their retail businesses. Today, and some of these businesses, they were not franchising. They were only operating through a company owned and operated model like Fashion World, another brand called Yusta, which has been operating in about 60 odd cities, locations across India. They have launched exclusively with us to recruit franchise partners for them. So what we bring on the table is following. We bring a very big aggregation of brands, which is our national brands, and I would say all spectrum of brands. These can be startups wanting to enter franchising for the first time. These are unicorn companies who are franchising. These are enterprises. These are listed companies who are franchising and expanding. And we also have a very big portfolio of international brands. There are about 600 international companies that we represent exclusively in India and many other parts of the globe where we have our own presence in. And out of these 600 companies, there are almost 45 companies where Franchise India and Fran Global, the two entities that we have, we are the master franchisee of these brands in Indian market and other international markets. So what we bring in is aggregation of brands, which is very, very difficult. It is impossible for any individual or a consultant to bring in and aggregate these many opportunities from across the world and bring them together on a single platform. The other side, we also do what we do is we work very closely with the investor community, people who want to invest in businesses. Again, the investment can be as small as 15, 20 lakhs. It can go up to 50 crores and even beyond. Is the entire spectrum actually we deal in. Before I came on this webinar, I was on a call with one of the investors from Ahmedabad, and they were two young couple. The guy was an IIM Ahmedabad graduate, worked with MNCs, India International MNCs. Wife was an engineer, and they worked for some years in corporates and companies. And they said, we have already done that, and we left our jobs, and we are doing some of our own business. They're freelancing and consulting companies, and they say want to take franchising now. So if you look at the community of people who are taking businesses now, there was a time maybe 30 years back, only people who came from the business background were buying businesses, and or somebody who had some kind of a history of running businesses were expanding. But today there is a complete turnaround. Today, a lot of people who are buying businesses are people who have no experience and maybe first time entrepreneurs or first generation entrepreneurs. A lot of master franchisees that we own and businesses that we sell or recruit partners, 60% of these people who take these franchisees from a small franchisee to even a master franchise, these people come as first-time entrepreneurs. This community is today 60%, which means out of 100 businesses which are sold, 60% of these businesses are bought by people who are entering into their entrepreneurial journey for the very first time. So this is becoming very big as we saw, and franchising globally also contributes very big to the global economy. It contributes about 2.5 trillion per year to the global economy. 40% of the global retail sales, which is happening globally, these sales are coming from franchise business. So you can understand how big the contribution of franchising is going to be. And India, considering at the stage that we are, where the entire world is looking at India to enter, I see every day, a lot of new companies. This year alone, there are approximately 60 companies that entered India. Out of these companies, 50% of market entries were done between our two companies and entities, which is Franchise India and Fran Global. So what we bring is the aggregation of brands. We bring in also the entire community of investors who want to buy business. Every single day, there is a lead generation which is done. Close to 1 lakh people every month inquire who want to buy a franchisee through all our platforms, through our magazines, through our exhibitions, through our website, through a lot of micro events that we do. And these leads then go to all of the partners based on the region they are, and you also get an opportunity to select. So all our partners can work on any brand. That's the beauty. While we have more than 1,000 companies where we have an exclusive mandate to work with them, our partners can choose any brand they want to work with. And also some of our partners also choose to take some brands very exclusively, and they want to lead that brand in the region. So you can take any brand from the portfolio. We give you the entire training on these businesses. The training is a 3-day module that we conduct in the head office of Franchise India, which happens every month. And maybe Sanjay can disclose the dates for this month. And somebody or whosoever would like to be part of this training after we do the formal interview, we look forward to also welcoming you. This is a 3-day in-house training program where we take you through the entire franchise industry at large. What are different models that work in the industry, the different portfolio of brands, which includes our own investments, and also the different opportunities that we bring on board every month. We also give you entire training on how to onboard companies, the proposals or the value proposition we have for companies, which largely is into two segments, I would say, which is we consult companies to make them ready to get into franchising. So we do the entire consulting program for companies. And the second offering for the companies is where we take an exclusive mandate from them and we represent them to potential business buyers and help them to bring a franchise partner on board, which can be unit franchisee, it could be an area franchisee or a larger franchisee for a region. And on the other side, we also have a business which is for investors, where we also advise investors. Now, like I said, we have nearly 1 lakh people that come on the platform of Franchise India seeking business opportunities, but we only work with investors who also show their seriousness and give us a mandate to advise them and handhold them through the entire journey of buying a business. So the investors also who come and work with us, they pay us a registration fee to take our time, where we commit our time and our resources, and we take them through the entire discovery of opportunities based on their market, based on the investment. So these are the two larger, I would say, stakeholders in our business: the companies, the brands that come on board, and the investors who work with us. We aggregate them and we share these opportunities with all of you. So now I'll request, friends, if you have any questions, you can also ask these questions. We'll run you through a very small presentation, which I'll request now Sanjay to run you through. We'll also explain the business model, how you make money, the kind of margins and the commission structure we have on each of our products. Sanjay, over to you.
Thank you so much for putting up your viewpoint and giving us understanding about overall franchising. So I'll take on with a few slides of the presentation. So to give you some understanding, but I know there will be another round of discussion which is required. So post this webinar, our regional heads will get in touch with you and have one-on-one meeting and discussion with you. If you have any question, please feel free. We also have some questions. We will have that mutually understanding on, then we'll take it up further. So first slide says, what is franchising? We have understood franchising is what is we consume today is coming from a franchise industry, $3.7 trillion industry today, and everything, you take any sector, any category, you see the businesses expanding in different cities. It's all through franchising. So if it say, suppose give you some understanding about the sector wise. So if you see technology today, a lot of technology based companies are now franchising. Healthcare companies, obviously it's are all franchise, because starting from Dr. Lal Path Lab to today, any other regional player in pathology labs or some kind of tests. Rather, today we have some direct-to-home healthcare services also available. Direct-to-home care means there are some elderly people, but they don't walk, they cannot go outside. So we have now services which are available, all tests to anything which is coming direct to your home. So these are all direct-to-home franchise companies, right? Even gardener. Today, gardening is also franchising. So as a gardener, you can call him and come to your home, and it is all giving you all services at home. Financial services, I think you have heard about ICICI Securities, Kotak Mahindra, and then there is a brand like Motilal Oswal, IFM. So these are all financial companies. They're all also asking for franchising, and there's been very, very old franchise companies in financial services. Then you can go to some services which are available at your home, which is business services, which are automobile services, right? Today we have got now new segment, which is EV segment. All two-wheeler EV companies are offering franchise. And with Franchise India, we have many companies now who are offering this opportunity outside their own city. And then with EV, then we are also having charging stations. So charging stations has also become another business opportunity for people, right? Then talk about F&B. F&B is a very, very large category. Then go to subcategory of in F&B, then go to sub-category. Right from a tea stall to cafe to any fine dining restaurant to nightclub or any kind of a pub or something like that is all franchise. So you can check with today. Everywhere you see this now, these cafes are open, even with the name of tea lounge, tea bars, chai garam, all this. There are around 20 odd companies with this name, which are talking about tea, right? And then you have some cafe products also with this. Another category, which is pet care, which is now evolving. Earlier, it was not there. There are few companies who have started some 8-10 years back, but now they have started franchising because there are a lot of pet people, pet loving people. You need to have a clinic. because you have to again give them feeding, and then there's a clinic also you need for rest of the services. So pet care services also now evolving, and these are all franchise. This is all franchise, right from the Tata Chroma to Zodio to any other. Now, just to give you some understanding, Hyundai also have now entered into electronic market. So we are also having Hyundai on board. Hyundai is giving electronic store. It's a 20 lakh rupees an opportunity, but it is just recent development, and they have done a tie-up with Franchise India. It's an exclusive brand with us, and we have some enterprise brands like Hyundai to Paperfry in franchise in furniture. Then we have Raymond Ethnics by Raymond, and then Parks. Then all these companies, Park Avenue to other companies, Reliance. We have got 5 fashion brands with us. We are giving them franchise opportunities and then expanding. So today you talk about any startup to any enterprise companies, all are into franchising. Bata, if you see 10, 20 years back, 20 years back, it was all company-owned stores. We call them COCO model, COCO. COCO means company-owned, company-operated. And now last 12 years, if you see consistently, all expansion is happening through franchising, and Franchise India is the growth partner for them. All stores are opening through franchise. Earlier, it was all company-owned investments, and they were doing expansions. It was company owned. Now, why franchise? Because franchising has become the viable model for your expansion, wherein you have to find out a local partner who can invest and run the store. Still, you have, franchising would mean the transfer of the brand name and transfer the know-how of the business. That's it, what we are talking about today. And that's where franchising has given an opportunity to grow further and to expand in different markets. It can be locally, regionally, nationally, internationally, everywhere. What we offer when you become partner with us, what we are going to offer is tablet. T stands for technology. So we'll give you a CRM, and all the database will come into CRM. We'll also create a email ID, which is Franchise India domain email ID, and you will use this email ID on your daily work, and you can also use our offices, our infrastructure, which is A. A means you will get access to this infrastructure anywhere you are. You can use our office for daily work also, and you can use it for all your meeting. B stands for brands. When you join, we'll give you 500 brand list day one. So any brand which is there with us. So we have 18,000 businesses, brands registered on our website. Franchiseindia.com is our main website, and all brands are available. So we'll give you a list of 500 brands. So now what we do is, we are working as per the requirement and the understanding of the investor. If investor is looking for something, we'll evaluate, and then we will suggest him what to do, what not to do. And then we have every brand with us. And if there's any business which is not with us as registered member, then we will go out and we will definitely get that if they are offering franchise for that investor. L stands for lead. So all lead support will be done by us. We will run campaigns, we'll run promotions, which can be from the investor side of the database who are looking to start a business. And we'll also give you leads for the brands, which are brand centric. So when we run a campaign in the promotions, because we have some brands with us, we have to service those brands, we'll run the campaign promotions. So we'll give you brand centric leads who have shown interest in that brand. So only what we do is we will match make. E stands for events. So what we do, 15 to 20 events every month. So we do around 200 events a year. So all events are accessible to our partners. You don't have to put money. You don't have to invest. No promotion, no branding, nothing. Only your time. When you are involved into this business, this is absolutely your business. So these all events are even not only for restricted to our cities, it will be also across cities. Geographically, we don't have any restriction. You can have international events also. So next year, we have planned 12 months, 12 countries, 12 shows. That is where we are talking about. And our partners are going to Dubai, going to other countries also to be part of and driving the brand, representing the brand, and take the whole database. T stands for training. So as we were talking about, there's a 3 days training every month we have in our office, corporate office. This time it is 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of December. So we have already a batch which is coming for the new training batch. If anyone who will be now on board will also be part of that training. And these 3 training will give you in-depth knowledge of franchising, fundamentals of Franchise India, the process, the system, and how to work everything about franchising. And our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, will be having one full dedicated day for you to give you overall overview, because he is one who have developed this industry and category, right? So we'll give you overview, and then we also have product wise. And as we were talking about that, franchise India has also invested as master franchise in 45 brands. We'll also invite some leaders who will give you those brand details, also how to sell those brands. So this is what tablet stands for, and how, when you grow with us, when you join, how you grow, because every person is unique, every investor is unique, every partner is unique, because our returns are on your ROI is the return on involvement and return on intelligence. And when it is involvement, someone is 4 hours involved, someone is 6 hours, someone is full time. But our requirement is minimum 100 hours a month, minimum 100 hours a month. So when you join at the entry level, which is independent franchise consultant, IFC. And here we have a different payout structure. Now, when you are working with us, and even a one lead, one deal can get you 15 lakh rupees revenue. When you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, or 15 deals, whichever is coming early. So deal would mean when we matchmake and we get an investor a franchise, and we sell the franchise to an investor, he puts in token amount or money in that brand, that becomes a deal. So either 15 deals or 15 lakh revenue, whichever is coming early. So you can become our IFC elite. Then if you hit 50 lakh, you become FC Pro and then Master accordingly at 1 CR. Now, how it is going to change your entire cycle, entire payout system and structure? Because if you're putting more time, you want to grow faster. In our business, there is no target, there is no barrier for, or no restriction for any kind of income you want to generate. You have to set your benchmark. You have to decide what you want to get out of this business, right? Someone want to grow faster, will become FC elite and grow and master faster. So if you are involved into this business, that's why very, very important in our business, it is return on involvement. Why intelligence? Because you have to train yourself so that you know the brands, you know how to consult an investor and how you can guide an investor. You have to train yourself. That's why your intelligence is very, very important. And how it is going to change your payout structure is at base level, which is IFC level, you will get 40% of the revenue which you are getting in, you will get 40% share. And it will change at elite membership, you will become 50% partner, will become 50% partner. Pro, you will become 60% partner, and we become 40% partner. Likewise, at master, 20% partner, and we are a 30% partner. But the best part is still, and we continue giving you all sport at 70%, also what we are giving you at 40%. Means you have no investment for getting this business done, and every day, every morning when you come, you will get everything from our side. You will get training, you'll get leads, you'll get brands, you'll get brand leads, you'll get events, you'll get sport. Sport function would mean that we help you to joint call, joint meetings, and help you to grow and help to close the deals. Now, as for the products, we have largely 4 products you can see here, which is I, common, and B common. Now, I stands for investor, B stands for brands. As we discussed, we are working with 2 communities. One side, we have investors, one side, we have brands. So wherever we see I is investor, B means brand. So when we work with investor or a brand, we onboard them first. That's a very, very important, that we do not work free, because we are consultants. When we are consultants, so we don't have time which we can waste. Our product is time. Being a consultant, our product is time. When we are giving time to someone, we are charging a fee. So for investor, we charge some amount at initial level to onboard, and at the brand, BD means business development. We are talking about brand on board. If any brand want us to expand their business, we take them on board. So we have onboarding fees from both sides. And then we start servicing. When we service, would mean that we get an investor, a brand, a franchise, we service that investor. Then we charge a service fees. And accordingly, when we service a brand, means we are selling a franchise of any brand, right? It can be onboarded by anybody. So whosoever will sell the franchise and service the brand will get the brand service fees. Very simple, that we onboard investors, we onboard brands. IA means investor acquisition, investor registration means investor on board. BD means business development, brand on board. So we charge both. Then we service both. So when we service the investor, we get a franchisee for the investor, we charge a service fees. We sell a franchise from a brand, we charge brand service fees. Very, very simple. Now, what is the amount and what is your share is 40% of what? If I can throw an example, like for example, when we onboard an investor, we have a fee which is starting from 25,000 going up to 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 10 lakh also, because it would depend on the investment size. What kind of investment investor is looking forward to invest. So if it is less than 20 lakh rupees, we charge 25,000. If it is 20 lakh to 50 lakh, we charge 40,000. And if it is 50 lakh to 1 CR, accordingly, we charge 1 lakh. It is 1 CR to 2 CR, we charge 1.5 lakh. It goes up to 2 CR and above, we charge 1.5 lakh. And then we also have some brands like we're talking about Kalyan Jewelers, which is a 20 CR opportunity. These businesses doesn't come easy. These deals doesn't come easy. So then we have to include our chairman also, because there are some brands they will never talk. We have Bollywood star driven brands. They don't talk, they don't work, they don't come on the call. So then we have to take higher management also on the call, and then we set up that meeting and all. So then we also have in those businesses onboarding fee from the investors also 2 lakh to 5 lakh as well. That is onboarding. And now what is the purpose of coming on board? We have to service, right? When we start servicing, and it takes 1 month also, sometimes 2 months also, sometimes 6 months also. But the process of onboarding is every month we do. Now, suppose if you take 10 investors on board a month, which you have to do every month. That's our daily business. We do every month. So let's take about, you take with a very basic fee of 25,000 rupees, how it is going to give you and how it can create a value for you. So when you take an investor registration done, it is a sure shot deal for you because he has invested, he has given you fee. Now he is looking forward for some brand or business. It is confirmed that he will also give us investor service fees. Also, because he is interested to buy any business, then we will also have sure shot BS, which is brand service fees also there. Because ultimately, some business will sell it to him. At that time, that brand will also give us brand service fees. So would mean at that time when we get a 25,000 rupees, if we get a deal done under 20 lakh, in that case, we have a service fees of 50,000 rupees plus GST. GST is 18%, which is common. And BS would depend, because BS would depend on the brand, which brand we are selling. And some brands we have 2 lakh rupees as a BS brand service fees. Somewhere we have 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, and it goes up to really 50 lakh also. Because we have some master deals, we have some international companies which we are selling. And this would vary, but lowest is 1 lakh. 1 lakh is very, very small opportunities, which are 5, 7 lakh rupees a businesses. We charge 1 lakh. That's our minimum. But the average is 2 lakh rupees. To 3 lakh rupees, right? So when you are getting 10 investors on board, it will give you 25,000, which is basic. We will not go beyond this. We'll talk about basic. So which is must. Minimum is 25,000, and this will become 25,000 into 10, 2.5 lakh. Just to give a calculation, so your 2.5 lakh has come to Franchise India. You will get 40% of this. So 40% of 2.5 lakh, straight 1 lakh is yours. But when we service, for servicing the investor, there are support, and we are giving you, helping you to get on the call, getting the brand and convincing. And the best part in our business is all brands which are onboarded with us, they're all available for coming on the call, helping you to close. Our team is also helping you to close. So you have to initiate, you have to be actively engaged. Rest is all done by us, but slowly and gradually, you will also increase your knowledge, because you have to make sure that your knowledge is very important, that you have to consult an investor. So when you are consulting an investor, you are in between a key account manager, your knowledge is very important. So that is training. We give you training on brands and businesses every day. So in the case of investor acquisition of 2.5 lakh for 10 cases, so 50,000 each case is investor service fees. It is 50,000 into 10, 5 lakh. Again, you are 40%, which is 2 lakh. Brand service fees, if you calculate average of 2 lakh rupees each brand, so this becomes 10 into 2 lakh, which becomes 20 lakh, 20 lakh rupees to Franchise India, your share again 40%, which is 8 lakh. So by taking 10 investors on board, will give you 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and 8 lakh, which is 11 lakh rupees. And this is processed every month. And other side, when you take a brand on board, so for a brand onboarding, what is your requirement in terms of your involvement? It is only to refer. When you refer a company, a business which you have seen anywhere on Insta or in the Facebook or anywhere outside, you will just talk to them, understand if they are looking forward for expansions. You have to just arrange a meeting. We will do rest of the things. We'll come on the call, we'll do the calling, and then we help you to do the meeting. Post that, we'll share the proposal, presentation, and also help you to follow up, getting the closure done, getting the payment. We have all support function at the back, all documentation done, then getting ready, business getting ready for franchise, then marketing, lead generation, everything. And then it is open for closing the deals, and anybody from our system or our network can close the deal. But when you onboard, it will be in your name because you have referred to us. It is your reference, it is 100% your deal. So our onboarding is having it, charges. These are 4 formats we have. Starting is 7.5 lakh plus GST. Then we have 15 lakh, 40 lakh, and 75. So average, what I'm talking about, the basic is startup model, which is 7.5 lakh, wherein we make them ready, and next 12 months to 14 months, all marketing also we do, and that we help you to close. So if you do, suppose 2 leads you share and some 2 brands are getting closed, at a basic of 7.5 lakh, it becomes 15 lakh, your share is 20%. Now in this case, when you become elite member, this will go, this all 3 products will go to 50%, it will go 60, it will go 70, but in this case, you'll remain only 20% because here, in every case, whether you are IFC, you are elite, you are pro, you are master, your role is to give us only reference. Rest all services will be done by Franchise India, and your share will be 20%, and there is no restriction. You can do only BDs. Also, you can do 3 BD a month, 4 BDs a month, like brand onboarding, and then simultaneously you can build your investor base and then get the deals also done. So this is a highly paid model, and it's a very highly rewarding model with 0 risk. And plus, this is the only business? Absolutely no. This is the only first revenue for you. Second revenue, which is for you, is there's a cash incentives from Franchise India also, and then there's a brand side also. That is directly to you. In kinds also, we have a lot of opportunities to give you, which are quarterly driven, which are monthly driven, and there will be a lot of incentives for you. And third, we also have contests. Every quarter, we have 1 contest for our partners. So in a year, we have 4 international contests. Right now, it is October, November, December is Turkey right now. There's a criteria for that. And we help you to confirm and close, and then everything we help you to qualify. Because if you see our network, which is a support function or regional heads, including me, our role is to make IFC partners qualify. That is making us as qualification. So there's a target, sorry, excuse me. So there's a target for all of us to make our partners qualify. And you get payout, plus you get cash incentives. Also, you get qualification for these contests. That would make you qualify. And then 4 to 5 days, outside India, it will be every quarter there's a different destination, which is international, but in a year, it is 4 times you will go to international destination. So friends, this is the model, and then much elaborated discussion we will do over the call, but how it is going to take you to become our partner. There is a license fees, which is one time, which is 5.5 lakh plus GST. 3 years is the agreement. You don't have to invest anything beyond this because a highly paid model, highly lucrative and highly rewarding model. And it can be 1 lead, 1 deal, 1 day or 1 week. You can get this amount 100% back. And that's what we at Franchise India, we are having a top to bottom. We have a message, and message is very clear. Message is to make every partner successful and to make every partner qualify. And we have a target that how early we can get your investment back in your pocket, because very, very low cost opportunity. There's no other business which can be started as low as Franchise India opportunity is. But what we need is we need your time, your involvement, and then this is highly rewarding for all of you, right? So we have 21st, 22nd, 23rd training program in our corporate office. If at all we go hand in hand, we understand this, and then we have a process of once our regional heads approve, and then we have a 10-minute introduction with our chairman. That's a selection process from both sides. You have asked questions, we have asked you questions, and if we feel that we both are qualifying each other, we can become our partners. And if at all we see there's any other requirement for you, any other business, then we have other businesses and other opportunities also, which we will get you that business as well. But largely, this is an independent franchise consultant opportunity wherein we will look forward to welcome some of you there in our next training program. Till then, a big thank you note from all of us who are at panel right now and from the management side, because you have given us more than an hour today. And since these webinars are all one-sided, so we have deep respect for you because you have given us 1 hour, and still there are a lot of people there in our webinar, and you are not having opportunity to talk to us, but now we will reach out to you and you have an opportunity to discuss with us. Till then, a big thank you once again from all of us, and look forward for some people to join us as our partners.